good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another exciting Through the Bible Ministries. Today, this morning, it's like any other morning in your life, but I want to challenge you to move, to get out, to do something with your life, more than sit in a cubicle and make money for your family or yourself, which is super important. Because when Jesus was challenged, what is the greatest commandment? He said, number one is to love God. Number two, it is to love your neighbor as yourself. So to sacrifice for others, that's what it's all about. What I studied this morning was basically the premise of the end of the world. There's a lot of crazy people talking about it. That's what Jesus said there would be. But basically they were sitting there and they were looking at the temple. And it was such an amazing building, such a modern feat of architecture. If you could go to ancient Israel, and Herod had built this mega temple because he was a smart politician. And he wanted to make and pacify the Jewish people and make them good under his little iron-fisted thumb. So he made him a little temple. Not just a little one, actually a nice one. And of course, the political leaders and Jewish leaders at the time loved it. They had their position and their temple, and they lorded it, and they tried to slippery slope of keeping, Pilate happy. We know how that played out. And Rome and Caesar and all that. But there was a time when they were looking at the beautiful temple, and his disciples asked him, he said, Jesus, what do you think of this awesome temple? In the building, and they were looking at it, and he said, I tell you this, truly, not one block stone you see here will not be thrown down. So they're like, right? Yeah, nice audio effect. So they're like, Jesus, when will this be, and what will be the sign of the end of the age? And he's like, the first thing he told them, number one, take care that you are not deceived, that you're not tricked, that you're not buying the snake oil. People roll into town with a remedy up on a stagecoach and say it takes away the pain, it makes you smarter, it makes you this and that and everything else. And they call it the snake oil salesman because he sold them a cure-all, but it was sugar water. But he'd take the town's money and